my ultimate steak chili.
Ooh,
Starting with
Wow.
this steak, as you see in this large, enameled cast iron Dutch
What
oven.
kind of steak,
Wow.
Jeff?
This is the humble chuck roast.
Yes.
Cut up, you can trim some of the fat out there. Super affordable, but so beefy. And it's just so great for long, slow, low cooking. And that's what's really essential about a true chili. So this is kind of like upgrading the ground beef. And we're gonna brown this steak, right? So we cubed it up about 4 pounds of chuck. We put in a searing hot with just a little bit of oil. We don't really season it too much. We've got some salt and pepper, but we don't have our spices. You want like at least one side that's like ready, that my artifact.
How's that taste? I wonder.
You want to try? You really want to try it? It's a beauty. Like, chuck roast, chuck rolled, all this chuck cut of steak. It's great for grinding, for burgers and everything. But for this application, right, we're gonna low and slow it because it is a tougher cut.
Can I do
Katie,
anything?
small dice on that onion, please.
Of course, you give me the onion to do.
Of
My
course,
eyes
no
are
fun.
always
And
watering.
then eventually maybe quarter those limes, and that's gonna be for our little accoutrement platter later for the toppings.
Jeff, controversial chili without beans. Which is it?
Well, I'm gonna tell you
mean,
guys. Do you see any beans in front of me?
I know, I'm just saying.
0 beans in this.
Yeah, we will invite you to Texas at any time.
Yes, this is
I know.
Come
Texas.
on down to Texas.
I've made the
baby.
mistake before of putting beans in chili on this show in front of Sonny, not only, but in front of maybe 50% of America was not happy with that decision.
I'm in the game of making people happy with food. So
Yep.
I will make my own chili recipe and I will share that with no beans. But then I will also develop a recipe with beans in it for anyone that wants it. And that's what this is all
And
about.
how hard is
I'll
it
take
to,
it either way.
to adapt to your needs?
Yeah,
with
just throw the
just
can
throw a
in
can
there.
of
Yeah,
beans
just
in
throw
there.
it
I
in
mean, this
there.
is not like magic.
Yeah.
These aren't magic beans.
Can I report that your chuck is perfectly cooked? That's the beauty of chuck. It's usually what we're making our burgers out of.
Yeah.
You just need salt and pepper to make it
Yep.
sing because it's so beefy tasting.
And you can see all this beautiful rendered fat in there, right? We didn't put we just jump-started it with maybe a teaspoon of oil. People put too much oil
I agree.
in a hot pan when they're searing beef to get that color, to get that first kind of level of flavor on it. It is not necessary, especially with a fatty cut like chuck.
Well,
right?
what you
I
want.
learned a new skimming trick.
A
where you-
skimming trick?
Yeah, where you put the ice in the cheesecloth or the paper towel,
yeah.
and you're running around
yeah.
the top, and it picks up the fat,
Oh,
and then you
picks
just
up all the
toss
fat.
it.
Oh, that's gonna be great for later when we're bubbling and simmering,
Yeah.
and then you're about to serve, and you get that kind of extra layer of.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need some fat in there, but not
You
too
do.
much fat. All right, I have a jalapeno, some garlic on deck here.
Ooh.
But now we're gonna take all these dry spices and let them bloom in all this beautiful fat. All right, a Mexican oregano. Love it. Get it from the Mexican grocery store. It's super affordable and so much more floral. A little bit of paprika,
Smoked or not?
Do it.
unsmoked.
Okay.
Why do you ask? Because
Why do I
we're
ask?
using some ancho chili
Oh,
powder.
okay, there you go.
Oh.
Ooh. That's
Now
a
you
good
can
job.
smell, and some cumin, and I got my wooden spoon, and this is the magical moment, essential for any chili. The blooming of the spices in the fat. Do not do this with the onions in there. Just give it's
good.
a little alone time with the fat.
Yeah,
And you
because
can
there's natural
immediately-
oils in all those dried herbs and spices. They need to wake up.
I mean, this is just like,
It's smelling good in here.
It sure does.
It's
It
like
does.
you got the fire going, TV's on, and this chili simmering. What a perfect
We need
snowy
some red
day.
wine or beer, Jeff.
oh,
Jeff.
don't
Come
worry.
on.
We're gonna kind of, just to drink?
Yeah, well,
Oh, 2 jalapenos seeded, stemmed, ribs taken out. Just for that, a little extra boost of heat, of course, but that beautiful flavor, and that's why we took out the seeds. So the
I
flavor
can
remains.
smell the
It
heat.
smells
coming
that
off of
cumin
that.
smells
Yeah.
so good right,
Right?
now.
And that ancho chili
Yeah,
powder
but
gives it
as soon as
smoky,
you put
earthiness.
those peppers in, I could smell the heat.
And now we're just gonna kind of let this chill, get it all translucent. We're right before we got all our ingredients. We're gonna add our garlic because it's the most sensitive.
It is.
Okay. And now you can see in here, right, how much we've developed those spices in there. The onions are translucent. All the flavor of the jalapeno is embedded with the spices.
Embedded.
And we've been scraping the fond off the bottom of the pan the whole time. Sometimes you need to add a little splash of water to kind of help,
That's such a great
release
tip.
it.
Yeah.
And
It's
if you think it's starting to burn, just that
Yeah.
little
Yes.
splash of water makes all the difference in the world.
I actually use a
Or
little
beer.
stout.
A little stout,
Yeah.
a little beer would be
Yeah.
great if you're,
One in,
partaking.
one out.
But, you just don't want to skip this step. You do
No.
not want to rush this step at all.
Right.
You want to develop all that flavor. We have our liquids handy. Okay, so I know you were talking about in the break about where's the tomato sauce, where the paste. I have used just a little bit of crushed tomatoes.
That's fresh, right?
fresh crushed tomatoes and kind of work that in and let that
Wait,
simmer and
fresh
develop.
or canned?
Canned.
Canned.
Okay.
Right, but not tomato paste, if that's
Right.
what you're asking. And this just kind of sweetens it all up. But then for our final liquid,
Ooh.
keeping nice and warm
What's
here.
this?
Just a little beef
Oh,
stock.
beef
Oh, okay.
stock.
Oh, there you go. Or
Bring it.
is that bone
Okay,
broth,
so
Jeff?
why do you heat it up
Fortify the
before you put it
flavors.
in there?
Why do I heat it up before I put it in there? Superb question, Katie.
Uh-huh.
You want it ready to go. You don't want to wait for all this to come up to a simmer.
Yeah.
So if this is simmering warm, you're eating quicker.
Like risotto.
Hungry. We
This needs
hungry.
2 hours
We've
to
been
cook.
skiing. You know what I mean? We
Right?
hungry.
We're hungry, man.
Yeah.
You got people, right? They
Isn't that just another pan to wash, Jeff?
right?
He's skiing. Are you kidding me? They've rented a chalet. They've
Yeah,
got a servant.
Like we were not
maid.
washing dishes. We were-
No, we do. We do have some pictures of us. You did mention. I just have I hold my
Let's
team.
see.
This
Oh.
remember that, Jeffrey?
Yeah.
That's when we went dog,
Dog sledding with this real dog sledding.
And that's Jeffrey
Taco
and I
night.
literally après ski. I got
Look
my
at
fun
you.
sweater. Jeffrey's obviously head to toe in
That-
cashmere.
Yeah, it's
Easy.
obvious.
Totally
Help
normal.
this guy out with the clothes.
I'm
Let's-
sorry.
I tell
can't
you, I
help
do
myself.
love thinking about you guys on vacation
It's
together.
adorable.
It
Yeah.
really, we did have so much fun. I mean, I
It's
ski
nonstop.
at least once a year, every couple years, but that was the first time skiing with
Yeah.
the
We're doing that again.
I know we're trying to plan it,
Yeah, another
coordinate
one.
schedules. All right, now it's time to add that chuck that we seared right back in there. Look at all those accumulated
Oh.
juices.
Oh,
That needs
Jeff.
to go in there.
Mhm.
Boom, right?
Yeah.
Get
Slide.
it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't want to
No.
ruin the gear, the fit, as the kids say. Now we have all
The
this
drip.
lovely. It's already starting to simmer. We're gonna cover it. We're gonna simmer it. Sometimes you got to take the cover off. You know, just see how much liquid you want in there, right? If you simmer without the lid on, you're gonna lose a lot of that water. It's gonna become thicker. You might have to add more stock. But if you want to kind of expedite the process, you can keep the lid on. 2 hours this needs.
At
Okay?
least.
At least to just make sure that beef
Expedite
is
the process by
braised.
keeping the lid on.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Just remember that. If you're like barely a simmer and you put the lid on, it's gonna double that. I mean, it's gonna start aggressively simmering. So you wanna make sure you keep an eye on the lid. Katie, really quick, I'm sorry,
Yes.
I should have had you do this
Oh,
earlier.
I was so into
Slice up that
watching.
avocado for my toppings bar.
All right, you
can
got it.
crush up some of those chips, leave some of the chips whole for a little Dunkenstein later. But boom, 2 hours. How you doing?
Oh.
How you been? How's the family?
How you
Very
doing,
good.
Jeff?
Oh, look at that. Now we can.
Okay, you got to double that recipe.
Oh, now that is
Yeah, I got to freeze half.
That looks crazy.
simmered 2 hours. All right, lower the heat. We don't need to serve literally bubbling chili to our peoples. But we have a nice little kind of assortment of some of my favorite toppings, which just kind of adds texture, acidity, crunch, everything to the party, creaminess. Just right before serving, you can serve some of these, obviously, limes with them. But I like to give a couple just fresh little
Smart.
squeezes of
Brightness.
last-minute lime here to kind of
Smart.
bump up the acidity and then round it out. This is a very rich dish, and we can do the defatting too if you so choose. We got the fresh lime for a little extra. We got the cream element from the sour cream. How's it going? Some crispy French fried onions for a little onion element. Some of these crunchy corns right out of the bank, real salty and fun. Some fresh cilantro. The crushed chips that Katie did wonderfully. I didn't know if you
That
could
was
complete
really
the task.
difficult.
We got the avocado, a little extra creaminess. And some little cornbread muffins. Come on. So you tell me what you want, Sonny, and I'm here for you.
Todo, por favor, mi amigo. Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
all right.
corn
Look at
muffin.
this.
Can we get anything
Look
else in
at
that
this.
bowl?
Yeah, get it all in, dude. You got chips on it too?
This smells so
Yeah.
good, you guys.
I'm
Oh
in.
my gosh.
I mean,
Spoon me.
Wow.
why even ski?
Yeah.
I know why. Because you get a bowl of chili at the end of the day like that, a nice cold Weiss beer maybe.
Beautiful. Look at this.
Look at you. Incredible.